Welcome, welcome, Internet. It is us again. You know who it is. Your favorites, Kim and Chris.
Hey everyone, what's going on?
I said it so dead without any.
Well, you're dead inside, so that's fine. See, look at that sigh. The sigh of the dead. Mm.
I can't even deny it. I don't have the energy
You don't have
to,
the
like,
energy.
be like, yeah, yeah, I'm all super.
That's fine.
Woo.
We don't always have the energy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, for life. You ever feel like you don't have the energy for life?
Yes.
Anyway, so today we are talking about the next season of anime, and
That's
for
fall.
me, yes, it is the most anticipated of the year.
For you. Mm.
Yes, because of what is coming out. And
Mm.
honestly, I think you will be proud of me this time. I have less than 10 things on my list.
Oh my, I'm so glad for you. Do you even watch everything that you go on? You just
Do I watch everything?
oh.
Yeah. You think I do. There are things that I
Unlike
drop
me.
though if I don't like them.
Oh, yeah. Like 2 seasons ago, that platinum end thing.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we ain't gonna go into that this time.
Yeah.
Later, we need to have you go a whole rant about why you don't like that
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
And you didn't like the creator's previous work as well,
Oh my gosh.
which is
We're not gonna talk about that because
as a whole,
there are people who feel strongly about that work, and that's
yes.
okay. But when I say, that I'm one of the ones who just didn't find it that great, people are
Mm.
always like,
Like heathen,
really?
how dare
On
you?
and the contrary is me.
Uh
Contrary is my reaction when people say that that was their favorite. I'm like,
huh.
really? That's how I am.
For those who don't know what we're talking about Death Note.
Yeah.
Kim is not the biggest fan. And I
No,
was
I'm
the
not a
one.
fan
Oh,
at
she's not a
all.
fan at all.
I've
I was the
never
one
been
who
a
told
fan.
her about it. I told her, I remember that was the time when it was like watching Death Note and Code Geass and all that stuff. And I told her, Kim, Death Note is pretty good. It has some flaws, but it's pretty entertaining. And
Yeah.
poor Kim goes and watches it and she's
You
like,
told me that it was one of the
yes,
greatest,
that
and
yes, that
people
people,
had also been saying that.
it's one of the greatest of
And
all time.
yeah, yeah, I watched it like years later, and I was just like,
Yeah,
hmm.
this is not maybe the
I was
greatest
like,
of
this is
the
okay.
time. Yeah, it's okay.
It's okay,
Mm.
but you know, and anyway,
Anyways,
anyway,
let's
anyway,
get
anyway.
back to where we're supposed to go.
Anime
Yes, this
fall
season.
2022.
I don't know
Woo!
everything that's coming out, and there's only like a few things that I know that I am super looking forward for.
The list is for me is broken down again. This is how I always break it down
Hmm.
into two categories: the new
The
things
new
and the
things.
sequels.
Oh, okay, that's
Okay,
fine.
should we talk about sequels first?
Let's just get the sequels out of the way.
Okay, so first on that list, going in no particular order, I would say um Mob Psycho.
Oh, right. The third or fourth season?
Third.
Third season.
I think it's the last as
Yes.
well.
Yeah, Mob is a very
Yeah, yeah,
short
yeah.
series, and in my opinion, that is one of its strengths. Because I've read the entire manga, and I quite enjoy it. It's from the author of One Punch Man. It has his, some people call it his better art style, because he decided to refocus and finish Mob before
Hmm.
continuing on with One Punch Man, and all that stuff. So it's really good, and I mean people know it's really good. But yeah, I haven't watched any of it.
And
I,
here's the interesting for me. In terms of watching it, I
mm,
actually only completed the first and the second season earlier this year.
oh, Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
enjoyed it though, right?
Yeah, I love
I
it.
have, I think I watched like the first three episodes when it was airing.
Hmm.
I was like, okay, this seems good. They did a good job with the characters and stuff like that. I didn't pay it any mind. And yeah, and then the manga ended, and it was like, okay, that was good. It ended good. Yeah, it was it ended good. It wasn't like bad or anything.
Hmm.
A solid 8 out of 10 manga, in my opinion, and very enjoyable. And I'm glad it isn't any rare One Punches. It's like One Punch Man, where it's like it's super popular, and there's the whole newer version where Murato's doing the art, and it's changed a whole bunch of things. And the
Hmm.
original series is kind of not had a lot of updates in like a while, so I'm glad that at least that is completed, and I
Hmm.
don't have to be like waiting for like updates to come. Who knows when?
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, maybe I'll watch this season if I get a chance, because it's probably the very last arc with
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I think I
Mm.
did hear that it is the last.
Yeah, because Mob is
Right.
short and sweet. That's how I would describe it. So yeah, that's
I
good.
like things like that. I like things where the offer. What is an offer? The author,
Mm-hmm.
the author, they have an end in mind. They're
Yes.
not like, oh, I'm gonna just leave this however, and I'm gonna write as I go. I mean, that's fine as well, but you have to have some kind of idea of the end, some
Yes.
kind of conclusion you have in mind already that you will be able to write. If not, you just end up,
Spiraling.
yeah, yeah, and doing things like
Mm.
Naruto.
I
You didn't hear
remember.
it because I
I heard
whispered.
you. I
You
heard
didn't
it
hear
though.
it.
Everyone
It
heard it.
was,
It's kind of like how we were talking about how maybe start from the end.
yeah,
The
yeah,
whole create fun, what you want to have as a resolution and work backwards.
yeah.
Though not every story can work like that, and not every author works like that as well. You
It's
know,
true.
yeah,
It's
but
true.
like
Everyone
they,
has their own style.
yeah, and but yeah, Mob is sweet, short
Yeah.
and sweet. What else is a sequel that we have that's coming back this year?
Next is one of mine personally.
Oh,
Um, it took a while to come back. It's Yowamushi Pedal. Oh, I know you did not like Yowamushi Pedal.
Cadence. I think the reason why when you told me to start watching Yoimichi Pedal, and I think I watched most of the first season. I the whole fact that he was immediately like thrown into the group, and then there was like the
It
whole
wasn't immediate though.
it
It
was
really
by
wasn't.
standards he was going to the school. The guys realized that he's really good at pedaling, and realized the reason why he's really good is because his bike is like the way how it's set up. His grandparents made it so that he
No, no, it
couldn't
was
ride
his
far.
mom. It was
Right, his
his
mom
mom.
made it so that he couldn't ride far, but because he's been doing that for so long, his speed, so his cadence is really, really
Mhm.
good. So when he's on a normal bike, he's super really fast, and or speed, a racing bike, he's really fast and really good.
Right, because he was on a mommy bike
Exactly,
and the chain was adjusted a certain way because his mother didn't want him to go far or to be
exactly.
able to go
But he
far.
was riding super far
Exactly, he
on
was.
that, so he had
His
powerful
otaku
legs.
desires carried
Yes,
him, I don't know from where to where, but it
this
was
is
to
miles.
Akihabara,
It was
which
freaking
is
miles
like,
on bike.
maid cafe
I
area
know, I know.
in Otaku Village in Japan. From wherever he was, it was miles
It
away.
was miles away,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
kilometers. But I think I just didn't care about bike racing. It is one of those sports that yes, presentation in the anime was pretty good,
Mm-hmm.
and I gained an understanding about what the sport is about. But it
I
was
say again,
just
not understanding.
I understood what it was about, but it just wasn't entertaining to me, and I just got bored. I don't know. I just found myself bored of it. But I'm glad that you're looking forward. This is like what the third or fourth season. But yeah, it
This is the
was
fifth season, isn't it?
I don't know, dude. I don't watch this. It's
I
you.
believe, yes, it is the fifth season. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Limit Break.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
Is the manga for this done?
I don't read the manga, but I think it is over.
Oh, okay.
I think it's been over. but I could be wrong. I don't know.
Is this the one where you were telling me about how they they were in a race and then there was a flashback to the training before the race and it lasted the entire arc? Is that this? Or is this a different thing that I'm thinking about?
There's so many things, so many sports things like that, honestly, where they do a flashback
Or a
in the
flash
middle
forward?
of um the competition or
I
something.
hate that. I absolutely fucking hate that.
Yeah. I think something like that did happen though. I can't
Was it the
remember
second season?
where
Because I
it
remember you
was,
complaining about
but
something.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I like Yomushi Pedal, but obviously there are things about it that I didn't enjoy either.
Mm.
And there were flashbacks. I remember one from this guy who he calls everyone Zako, I think, which means like small fry or something like that. Um, and I think it was his flashback that was really long.
Hmm. They needed to flesh out his character, so they gave us
You
a
know
flashback
what is
because we
truly
don't know this
ridiculous?
character.
It's the distance from the finish line
Uh huh.
when it comes into sight. It's like even further away because of the flashbacks. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
That that's how it is in those things. Even
Hmm.
other sports, anime like Haikyuu. Oh
No.
my god, the last season, which was like 2 years ago or three of Haikyuu, was just
Terrible.
what are y'all doing? A whole match was 12 episodes. Excuse me?
Oh damn. That is.
Like, what are y'all doing
Haven't they
exactly?
like had matches that were like just 1 or 2 episodes? Was this like a super big important match or something?
Yeah, it was, but it had no right lasting that long. You
Hmm.
know what I laugh about to myself? I don't know if anyone laughs about it, but in volleyball, you jump up to do the spike, right?
Yes.
So my joke to myself as a reason why it was so long is because their hang time was just so much. They were in the air so high and they just yeah, 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 like that. But honestly, I don't even know what I watched, right?
What? Because it was they had flashbacks intertwined with actual stuff that was going on in the match and stuff like that, right? It was,
There were flashbacks and there were just still moments.
and they stretched that for 12 episodes.
Yeah, I think this was in 2020. The the what do you call it? The design of them, the art design, all the quality fell. Or maybe I
Mm.
shouldn't say it fell. Maybe I should say it reverted to its original self as how it looks in the manga.
That
But
sounds very
that's
kind.
anyway, moving on, moving on. Let's move on. As for sequels, next I would say the rest are really high tier.
I
Okay.
mean, that's why they have sequels.
Okay, so here are the rest in no particular order, but probably in order. I'm gonna say Spy Family 2.
Okay.
Oh my
It's not even.
god.
It's part two,
It's
not.
part two of season one.
Yes, because it's split in two cores.
Yeah. Oh my god, Spy
So
Family.
more Spy Family.
Anya, you're Lloyd.
Yeah, more of
Yay!
that. Not really to say anything much about it because I already read it and I'm
Yeah, me
already.
too.
So yeah, the first half was
Okay.
good. I expect the second half to be even
Fatu,
better.
fatu, fatu, fatu. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see them again. Okay. Oh, yeah.
Chill out.
Then, next, we have, my favorite.
Yeah. Say,
Marimashita Iruma-kun.
are you up to date on the manga? No, you're
No,
not.
I have
See
10
any
episodes,
chapters?
chapters to read.
Okay.
I haven't done my roundup.
Which is your binge of everything?
Yeah, 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 yeah,
I
yeah. Oh my
got you.
goodness.
I
We
got
should we do an episode
you.
for that? Because I have a whole list. It's like a paragraph long of
Of
just
things.
different titles that I need to
I
catch up
have
on.
pages.
No, no, these are my like I put these aside on
Stuff you
purpose.
put aside on purpose.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So that when I get like a good weekend, I'm like,
Just binge.
this is it. And I'm just like
Mm.
reading and I'm just having the greatest time in my life. Anyhow, Iruma
Yeah,
Christopher.
it's
Oh
good.
my gosh. It's the when he gets his one arrow.
Oh,
I
that's how
think
far back that
that's
is.
yeah, that's this is the third season. So they're going
Right.
to be in the jungle and doing that competition now.
Ah, okay,
That's where
okay,
it
okay.
is. And he
I
gets his
remember.
suit and his bow. Ah! Oh my god, Iruma.
And he goes to the maid idol competition in this one. Should be.
Is that in this?
Yeah, it should be.
I think that'll come later on though.
Hmm. It's after
Probably,
the bow and arrow thing, because that's where
yeah,
he
it
actually
was
uses it.
after.
Because of
And that
competition.
was I don't want to say it was long in the manga, but
It
it
was pretty
was,
sharp.
but I feel like it will take
A
a
while.
while in the anime.
Probably not as long as the actual arc, because that was more like a, you know how it's like an arc, and then you have the relaxed period, and then you have the new arc begin.
Right.
That
I
was
think
the
that's what they're
relaxed
gonna
arc.
do.
Probably that'll be. I think that could be the actual short bit at the end of the season.
Right, right. Not the maid, the
The
idol bit.
Ida
Yeah, yeah,
competition.
that's what I think as
Yeah,
well.
that's a good place to end it off, because I think what comes next. I can't remember what comes next
Let's
right there.
not do
Yes,
spoilers.
let's not do spoilers. The next thing that you have on your list that's a sequel. What is it?
Is the big one.
The big one.
The big one.
Really?
The big one.
That?
The big one.
What is it?
Bleach.
Oh, right.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot all about Bleach.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's coming back, right?
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about this not too long ago. Yeah.
Bleach is the big one.
Is it though?
Bleach is the big sequel
Look,
for me anyway.
for you, and I know
I
that
haven't
last.
read it,
I know you haven't read this art.
so
I
I
am.
dropped Bleach before you
You
even
did.
started reading it.
You did, because you were reading it, and I was continuing the anime, and
I
you got to the
know.
Fullbring arc, and you were like, "Chris,
Yeah.
the Fullbring arc is ass.
It
What the fuck
was.
does it
I
even
was like,
exist?"
man, I done with this. Yeah, yeah, but I only meant to be
Fair,
done with the arc though.
and then you
But it
continue.
just ended up,
Fullbring
like that.
feels like when you ever get punched in the chest like super hard, and it knocks all the wind out of you.
Probably.
That's how Fullbring art feel. It just feels like
Does
a,
it?
it just feels like nothing. It feels like you have no air in your lungs and there's no air around. It feels like you've been thrown into space because it's pointless.
Okay, I think that is too extreme to
It
describe.
isn't even extreme
Because
to describe.
it's like you're saying that it took your breath away.
Okay, no.
That's not,
It stole my breath and I am choking to death in space because there's nothing here to breathe. That is the Fullbring art. There's
rather than
nothing
that, you
here.
should say, here's a better example.
Go.
Do sometimes on the streets,
Uh huh.
when you pass by stores, they have their garbage outside.
Yes.
Sometimes how the garbage isn't fully inside the trash can.
Yeah.
And maybe sometimes there's just like a box that's been broken down, a
Okay.
cardboard box.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the cardboard box. That's full bring. The cardboard box.
The building is bleach and their trash
Yeah.
is just
No, the
full bring. The
box.
box.
The
The
box
box, the
that was
trash.
on the ground
Ah,
that didn't
is the
get
full bring
completely
art.
thrown in.
Got
Yeah, yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Got you. Got you. That's fair. I mean,
It's dull and nothing.
it's the last art of Bleach isn't good, in my opinion. It it has some good ideas, but it isn't good, in my opinion. The funny thing is, though, remember when they used to be called the Big Tree in like the mid
Yeah.
2000s into the 2010s? That was One Piece, Bleach, and Naruto, right? And a lot of people, I guess our generation and younger, is one of their first thing, and they used to call it the Big Three. That was silly stupidness. And of that era, Bleach, even though in my opinion it ended not good at all, it's probably the one I don't mind watching
Again,
again.
I agree. I agree.
Of
I
all of
didn't
them.
I think that it was the best of those three, I have to say. It had the
Mm.
least moments that tick me off. I want to say.
I
You know,
don't know.
story wise,
Story
I think the
wise,
story was solid.
solid enough to a point
Yeah.
because when all the filler stuff happened, when we were watching the anime and all the other stuff and all different movies, it depends.
To me, it still holds better than One Piece and Naruto did at the time,
Anime
anyway.
wise or manga wise, because I can't.
Manga wise, it wasn't bad, to
Yeah,
be honest. It
and
was a
manga
great
wise,
reading
the
experience.
worst thing about Bleach, in my opinion, is when you realize, man, Kubo does not like making backgrounds for anything.
I only I feel like I realized that while reading it,
Yes, you realize
and
it a lot.
then I forgot about it, but then I saw it again.
Yes, and you remember it. It's very one of those things that's very present in
Yeah.
Bleach is the backgrounds disappearing.
That is fine, though.
I suppose.
If you, okay, if we know where it is,
Mm-mm.
we don't have to necessarily see the background all the
I know,
time.
I know, I know. It's more of a nitpick and how different scenes can mess up how art and how fights look and stuff like that. But I don't. I'm actually kind of excited, even though I don't remember looking forward to this arc. It had some interesting fights. It had fights that pissed me the fuck off. It had things that pissed me off. It had a last fight that really pissed me off. Why the hell am I excited to watch this? I don't
It's
understand.
Bleach, that's why.
Probably.
Think about this. If, no, it did happen. Naruto ended and then came back, you weren't excited.
I don't care about Boruto at all.
Exactly. No, you didn't care about Naruto Shippuden and you didn't care about Boruto.
Mm,
See? So Naruto ended, came back.
don't
It's
give a shit.
not the fanfare for us.
Mm.
And if One Piece were to stop and then come back, there wouldn't be a great fanfare for us either, I have
Well,
to
I
say.
have stopped watching the anime since
Yeah.
years ago. I'm a manga reader and I enjoy it okay enough. I have issues with the current art. Wano just is finished, by the
I
way.
know you told me.
100% finished after so fucking long. I have an issue with the pacing of after the 2 year time skip with how certain arcs are extra long and stuff like that, which makes sense. I understand why it's done. I don't really hate them. It's just weekly reading of
I
One
do
Piece.
hate that arc.
Weekly reading. What which art? Wano
No, no, no.
or big
Dressrosa.
Dressrosa? Yes.
I
Too
really
long.
love Don Flamingo, but
Great villain. His art was too long
it wasn't even really him. It was the period of time that it took to
to get
get
to. It,
there
yes.
was
Yes.
just too long. And watching it felt like just torture. Because
I
I
watched
was
it.
watching it.
I watched it up to. I remember this. I think when Luffy was pretended to be Lucy, and he fought in the
Uh,
fight. I think that I watched that, and then it was like, you know what? I can't watch this anymore. This is taking too much life off of me. And I had already been reading One Piece at that time. I just stuck to reading it.
mhm.
But I think it's because Bleach ended and it ended and I didn't like the ending, but it didn't make me annoyed with the ending. I guess unless I'm forgetting with I didn't feel annoyed, I didn't feel aggravated or anything like that. It ended and I was like, okay, cool.
Exactly.
It's like this wasn't the best ending, but it wasn't the worst thing I've seen, and Ichigo gets his happy ending. Cool
But
ending. Bye bye.
now that we know that it's getting,
It's a
because
sequel.
I
I
think
read the beginning sequel chapters, and it's okay.
I think
I preferred if
when
there was the
Bleach
burn the
ended
witch thing.
though, for like years after, because it's taken a while to get this to happen.
Yeah, it has.
Many people had wanted it to come back and finish
This art,
the
yeah,
story.
just animate it and finish it and get it out.
I think the anticipation is higher, I want to
Yes.
say, for Bleach than
The
the
others of
two.
those two?
Yeah, in the
Probably.
big three, yeah.
Because everybody remember Bleach being a classic and being pretty cool. Everybody remembers the Grim Jaw. Everybody remembers Ilkura. Everybody remembers the Hollow Ichigo and going badass. And
Bankai.
Bankai is a fucking meme at this point. And it's like there's a lot
Ah,
of Bleach is fun. It is fun, pure shonen distilled into a
I can't.
good,
You
decent
know what I can
series.
hear in my head?
The
That
fucking
thing,
song
that
or what?
soundtrack that plays. I
I
can't do it. But
know what you're talking
you
about.
know.
There's this girl I watched that likes to put like Bleach, like OST, like
Uh-huh.
soundtrack music in her lot of reviews. It's pretty good. It just throws me back in time. But yeah,
It plays whenever he is like,
stop, stop. I know what you're trying to say, but
It's
it
like
doesn't.
down, down, down,
Okay, stop.
down.
Bleach. Yeah.
That's it for my sequels that I'm
Oh
looking forward to.
yeah.
Um, you don't have any sequels.
Not really.
So do you have anything on your list?
I don't really have anything on my list this season for what I know. There's stuff that I know that's coming this season, like one or two things. But this season, I think I'm just gonna go in blind as usual and probably watch stuff. The only thing that I know about that I don't know anything about is that new Gundam series.
Oh,
I'm going to probably give that a go and see what that's all about because every now and then I choose a mecha series and I just watch it. Like 86 was the closest thing to mecha that I've watched in like a
you said that,
decade.
but you didn't watch that other one.
No, I didn't.
Was
You're
it
not
with
wrong.
boxing? There was
Yes.
one with
No,
boxing,
that's
and then there
not
was
medical
another
boxing.
one.
I know what you're talking about.
You
It was a
didn't watch
few,
either of
it was
them.
months ago, but I didn't get around to watching it because I watched like the first episode of one of them and I didn't like it. It was kind of
Mm,
boring. I think it was one was saving the Earth, or it's like I don't know. There's so many mecha series where it's like Japan is like under control of X, Y, A, B, and Z or something like that. I was like, and it was just like, or it was either aliens or it was the thing. I was like, wow, this is has not been done totally many times. I mean,
yeah.
even Code Geass, the whole thing was this fucking like. So yeah, I was just like, I watched the first episode. I was like, I ain't watching the rest of this.
Ay,
Fuck
ay,
no,
ay.
because mecha series for me
Hmm.
Gundam, whatever. It is because most of the time it's always be war stories,
Right.
right? I know there's that Gundam thing stories that's more comedic and stuff like that. I can't remember what it's called, but it's more like a kid show type thing. I
I
think I
don't know.
rebuild or something. I can't remember, but it's more of like a more cartoony type of thing. It's just I don't know something about every single mecha series being a fucking war story type of thing is just so boring sometimes. I get that they're pretty much like mech stuff, suits or stuff, or machines for war and all that type of stuff. It's just sometimes I just want to see robots beat shit up
You
or
want to see
beat them.
slice of life mecha?
I want to see slice of life mecha. That's why I have to check out that Gundam show that
This
Plumber
is
was
what it
telling me
should be.
about because
Slice of life mecha and fishing.
I
You get
why
into the mecha
and
to
then the fish turn
fish.
into kaiju and they have to fight the
No, 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 no,
fish.
no. You are fishing
Uh huh.
in the mecha. Mm, think
Okay,
about
I'm gonna
that.
stop.
That's how slice of life it
I
is.
think that's why I like what you call it that we watched a few seasons back.
What?
Not the recent one. It was it Gridman.
Oh my God.
I liked the first one that they brought out. The new one that they brought
I
out.
think there's supposed to be a movie where
I
they're combined or something.
I did not care for Dynazeon. I
They're
think that was what
supposed
it's
to be
called.
combined. There's a
Yeah.
movie and there's like Gridman X Dynazenon or something.
Oh,
Did I see wrong?
probably. I don't know. I enjoyed Gridman because it was silly enough, funny enough, and there was stakes and stuff. It wasn't another these Gundam are fighting those Gundam because we are at war with. other people and the political. I get that that's where Gundam started, and I
Hmm.
love that stuff sometimes. But I'm just so bored over every single mecha series just being a copy and paste and the same shit over and over and over, the same thing.
I have to tell you, I watched wait, you watched it as well. There
I
was a
did.
Gundam that we used to watch on, is
Talking
it
about either
Toonami on Cartoon
Wing,
Network?
Gundam Wing,
I
or
don't remember which one it
Z.
was, but there was a part where one of the guys died,
Uh
and I
huh.
remember crying.
You cried?
I remember crying a little bit. I don't
I
know
don't remember.
why. Why? I think it was sad. I remember this
Or maybe
though.
we actually watched it from the beginning or something like that, and we were like
Honestly,
invested.
I don't remember a lot, but I know we used to watch Gundam.
Yeah, we did.
There was like some underground something had happened and they had to get in to get away, but maybe there was a cave in or something.
Oh, you want to know a fun mecha series that I enjoyed the living shit of?
What?
Zoids.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Maybe
Maybe it was Zoids.
dude.
Was it
Zoids
Zoids?
was more lighthearted because they were actually like depending on
Oh, so
which
you're saying
era.
that the guy didn't die
I'm
in
pretty sure
Zoids?
Gundam. I don't think anybody died in Zoids except well the Zoids I watched. I know there's some serious Zoid stuff that isn't like the game one where they were like fighting tournaments and stuff like that, and they were moving around and fighting the people that was more comedic and stuff. But I enjoyed that. Too bad Zoids as a franchise is kind of dead. So
Yeah.
I
I've
don't
not heard of it
in like so long.
anywhere.
And the want to know the worst thing about that is that mecha shows don't make designs like that. They don't make them as animals and people being animals and and Zoids being being alive kind of and being ancient technology that was under the world forever. They always make them
Transformers did that.
they always make them into this big mecha Gundam lookers or copy paste type things, and I'm always like, this robot looks cool, but yeah. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I can't remember what it's called. Right, it is called Kido Senshi Gundam Seisei no Majo. What's that in English, Kimberly? Translate for us.
I don't know.
Oh, come on. Something to do with the magical girl or something?
Does it say Magic Shoujo?
Mitsuese no Majo.
What? Suise no Majo. Mercury Witch.
Oh, okay. Mercury. Oh, her name is Saluta. Saluta Mercury. That's why. That's the girl's name. Yeah, I
Okay.
plan to watch this and see what it's all about. Because look at it. Look at it says an era when multitude of corporations have entered space and built a huge economic system. I wonder if anything terrible will go wrong in this huge economic system.
Of course it will. What else are you looking forward to?
Something else I'm looking forward to is a manga that I read getting a new thing. It is called Tensei Shitra Kendishita. This here, he gets the isekai protagonist gets turned into a sword.
Yeah.
I read this. I read
I mean, is
it.
that
It's good.
any good?
The girl that you see there, Fran,
I know
she
that she's
is.
been treated really badly. She comes across the sword
Uh
and they
huh.
work together
Yes,
and
she is
fight
very
bad.
adorable, and them together are very adorable, and it's a good series. I like it. It's a good isekai in my opinion. My biggest issue with this thing is not the protagonist. It's not the world or anything. It's it sometimes arcs is just be like Fran has to now go and help these people who are utterly useless.
Hmm.
Especially the current art that's ongoing, and the pacing isn't good. The people are useless, and it feels like Fran. There was a scene where she couldn't use an ability because she might hurt other people.
Hmm.
She could have wiped out the bad guys right there and then, but she might have hurt everybody else in the room. So I was commenting with other people and being like, so you mean to say that if she had just came here by herself, like she could have, she would have won. it it felt like if the author was like, no, we need to nerf Fran by having her babysit like a
Mm.
bunch of people, and it's so boring. It's coming to an end, but it's probably been the most uninteresting arc I've read of it. But other than that, it's pretty fun.
It does not seem the greatest to me. I mean,
I haven't seen how the
I
actual
have.
PV or how it actually looks animated or
It's
anything like
not
that.
bad. That's not going to be a problem, I don't think,
Mm.
the animation for people. But just is the story actually any good is my
Girl finds Isekai sword. Isekai sword realizes he's a sword. They go on adventures and get stronger together and
yeah.
get revenge against the people who messed up her village and other shenanigans. It's a pretty much pure adventure type series. It isn't like the most complicated story plot, but they do go and meet some interesting people as well. So there's that. Another one that I'm looking forward to is this. You read that. I can't read that in Japanese.
So, it's Kage no Jitsurokusha ni naritakute.
This is a
It's the eminence in or in
yes, the
darkness or
shadow of
something.
eminence or something
Shadow
like that.
eminence or something.
This is a good one because of how absolutely hilarious it is.
Right. You had actually recommended the manga to me. I
Yes,
started and I didn't really
you did.
go far, but I got the general idea.
Yes,
It's a great comedy.
it is a very good
It
comedy.
does get serious though.
It gets serious, but it's kind of undercut by the fact that the main character thinks like half of the people that he's working with are also role playing a character just like him. And the things that the funny thing is, the things that he is saying that to him are fake and just
Right,
like
they're
thing,
fake,
they're
but they
actually
believe, right. They're actually happening.
and actually
And there's
real
like the cults that he was
cults
talking
to talk
about. I mean, he
about.
basically created his own
In a
cult or
way,
church or
yeah,
gathering, whatever you want to call it.
Shadow Garden. That's what it's called.
Right? Is it a cult? He basically created
Created this group of like us,
organization. Let's
yeah,
call it an organization.
and because he his whole thing is that he wants to be is as he's as edgy. I always called
Yeah.
it the eighth graders syndrome or something like that.
Chunibyo.
Chunibyo. That's he knows he's a chunibyo,
Uh-huh.
and he's like, I need to be the shadow of blah blah blah. And
Yeah.
he's like he says all these quotes that he stole from people, and he's teaching people how to play the Moonlight Sonata, all sort of stuff like it, and be like all good at piano because yes, I love
He
it. He knows he's cringe
right,
and he's
right,
going to
right.
chuny, he's a chuny, but he's actually could back it up with like power when he comes. It's so
Yeah.
stupid. Even the first chapter, he's like, I'm trying to hide my strength from everyone. And he was like a big muscle builder and stuff like that. And then runs into a bus because like, I can stop this bus with my strength. It's silly. It's absolutely
I
silly.
think it would be a great comedy.
Yeah. It'll be fun. I am looking forward to this one especially. This will be, I believe it's going to be a good laugh and a good comedy. That one, this Shadow of Eminence is just absolutely silly.
So I think we're moving steadily to what is at the top, actually.
Yes, the
There are two
things.
last things
Yes,
that we need to talk about.
which one should we talk about first?
Let's talk about Chainsaw
Chainsaw
Man.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Actually, I
Aki.
feel like we talked about this
Yeah, we did
in our
probably,
last episode.
probably. But Chainsaw Man.
Yeah, it's getting its anime.
Yep.
We're looking forward to it. It's
Yes.
gonna be great.
Yes.
The animation that we've seen is good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't particularly like the voice that they have
The Denji,
chosen for not Denji for what's her
Makima.
name? Yeah, but
Mm-hmm.
we'll see. We'll see.
Okay. I haven't actually
Um
heard anything. I've seen
I
stills and
know. I
stuff like
told and
that.
I told you what don't look at anything.
I am not. I don't plan
Just
to.
when the first episode comes out is when your first
Impression.
experience. Yeah.
Mm,
But Chainsaw Man is a good story.
it
It
is.
was also recommended by you to me
Yes,
when I
because
read it.
I also read the first thing by no, by recommendation from a friend of mine, Fire Punch, which was absolutely bonkers.
Mhm.
And then when we found out that Chainsaw Man was coming, we were freaking out. I was like, "Oh shit, yeah, cool! Finally, we want to read more craziness from this guy
Mhm.
because we liked his first stuff." And Chainsaw Man came and kind of one upped and was pretty good, quite enjoyable all the way through the end. Your characters are still dead even in the new part that started off. And yeah,
No, they're not. What do you mean, my
your characters, the
characters?
people that you like, everyone.
Aki is not dead in this part.
Ah, right. He isn't dead, not yet.
Is that a spoiler?
I mean,
I guess for anime
for
onlys.
anime onlys, it is a spoiler, but that is their
Anyhow,
unfortunate fault.
it would be great to see. Um, yeah, I enjoyed the manga, and I'm sure that I'll enjoy the anime as well.
Now,
Lastly,
the thing that we are actually even more hyper about than Chainsaw
oh my
Man,
god.
which is kind of shocking. You would think that it would be, but what else?
No,
What
it
could
was never going to
it,
be anything else for me. From the beginning, it was
I'm
never.
actually shocked at myself that this is what I'm actually looking forward to the most this
Hmm.
season because like
You're
we
not this type.
I'm not this
This
type.
is not your
This
genre.
is not my genre. But yet still, Blue Lock is probably my favorite manga of the year.
Is it? Are you
Yes.
glad
Yes.
that you're reading it?
Yeah. I
That I
have
recommended it?
yeah, it is in the top 5 of my favorite manga. It's probably number 1 of this year. I've enjoyed it
Ooh,
so much and I'm actively looking forward to it. And Blue Lock is about fucking football.
it is. It is.
And I've had experience with other football mangas that just I read them for a while and I just got bored. But every time I see a chapter updated for Blue Lock, I'm like, fuck yeah,
I'll tell you why. It has that, it has action.
it has that
It has
action
this action that I feel added to the sports kind of draws you
and
in,
the whole
but also
premise.
but also the ideals of Ego, the one who put together this whole system, this blue lock system, added to those things. It's just,
It
what can I not say about blue lock? It is great.
it is. I like the at first when I first read the synopsis for this, I was like, this seems silly.
Yeah, me too.
You know, and then you a little bit later down the road, you were talking, Chris, you read Blue Lock. I was like, nah, I added it to my list. It seemed interesting,
That's not what happened.
but you were the one who was like, Chris, you should read Blue Lock. It's really really good. I was like, yeah, I know of it, but I don't know. Sports and me don't really go hand together. It's either hit miss or both, you know. But this, but Blue Lock,
Yeah,
it works.
it
It
does.
really works. Even though what some of the stuff, some I've seen. I know you've told me about people who be like, oh, it isn't like actual football, and is not. He's making the author's making fun of like how football actually works. As like it isn't about that. It's like taking one aspect that's super important to the game and trying to force players to become the best that among other players of that whole thing. It's just and it works because when I was watching when I first like how you can make a team you can take all the best strikers in Japan how you can make a team of just pure strikers and fucking Blue Lot was like we will just make a team of pure strikers and force people
Yeah,
to play in
but
other positions anyways but make them still have to like fight one another for the ball.
I think that also added into it that
Mm, mm.
competition.
Yes.
It's not like one of those deaf
Mm.
competition ones that you watch, but it has that tensity,
Yes. Especially when they're
or is it
like,
tension?
if y'all don't,
Intensity.
if y'all don't do good, y'all fail and you go home. Especially in the beginning,
Right. There
I've
were those stakes very
yeah,
high, very
and
serious.
So it's like you need to. This isn't a team sport. You might be on the same team, but everybody on that field is your competitor, and you have to be better than the person you're passing the ball to, the person who's passing the ball to you. Everybody is trying to become the best.
And there's something that we cannot miss. It's the art, the style,
I haven't seen
the
like before.
design of characters. I'm talking about in the manga.
Mm,
The design of characters and my favorite is just the use of black in Blue Lock
mm,
is amazing. Have you seen? It reminds me of things like, is it Gymnasa? Gymnasa?
yeah.
They make use of black in a way that it feels kind of like gritty and raw.
Okay.
And in Blue Lock, it kind of has that feeling, not as much, but it has like an edgy kind of feeling. And when you see the aura and the things firing off with their eyes, it's just the way that their, I want to say it, their passion is shown or their
Yes.
feelings
Hmm.
outside of them, though, from outside of like facial expressions,
Yes.
but around them in.
It works. It
I love
works.
it. I love everything about
I
Blue
love
Lock.
I love so much how they're all teens and they're all swearing and cussing with
Oh my
one
god,
another. They
yes.
actually feel like actual
Youthful cussing energy.
useful. Yes, you've said this before. Youthful cussing is like I really like when they're you see their thoughts and they're like pass to me retard, pass to me
Yeah.
bitch, do it. You have to. You have no choice but to pass to me
Yeah,
right
yeah,
now.
yeah.
I love that. It's so good. It's so good. I am like of everything here that's coming out and whatnot this season. I'm probably going to watch some of the stuff, but the thing that I need to watch to completion is Blue Lock.
Definitely. Definitely, definitely, definitely. Everyone, I also recommend watching Blue Lock. If there's
Yes,
anything you watch this season, I mean, Chainsaw Man is good,
but is
but
it fucking Blue Lock?
we have to see Blue Lock. And I feel like I will be a bit disappointed,
Mm,
to be honest, just slightly,
yeah,
because it works so well in the manga.
yeah, it
For some
does. It
reason,
works extremely well in the manga.
right? And I've seen them moving around in the PVs and
Hmm.
everything, and I'm not gonna say that it was bad, but
It isn't hitting the same.
it's something about their chemical romance, the movement of their chemical romance.
That
Is it
translation.
romance? No, it's chemical
It's
reaction. Oh
chemical
god,
reaction.
chemical
Chemical
romance
Romance is
is
the
a band.
band.
What the heck? My chemical romance. Anyway, yeah. So the movement of their chemical reactions were interesting.
Okay. It
Um,
doesn't look bad, but it isn't the.
it's in color and just
It feels
odd.
weird. Yeah, I know
Yeah,
that
yeah.
feeling. Seeing everything in color, it will be quite odd.
It's odd because I just love the use. I don't know. Like I
The
said,
black
the
and
use
white.
of black.
Hmm.
The author uses black so well, that when I see it in color, I feel like something is
Is
missing.
I see. I
Even
understand what
though
you
it's
mean.
so,
It
vibrant and crisp and
you
everything.
know something that gives me that same feeling.
What?
Vagabond. The
Oh.
art in Vagabond is one of those things where it's like this feels. It feels like it is for black and white. And seeing
Mm.
if I was to ever see it in color, or when I see people who do like color stuff of it, it
Hmm.
never actually like hits the same
You
way.
know what? I had to agree with that recently because we used to talk about Vagabond and it getting an anime and stuff like that, and but I watched a video where this guy broke down why it shouldn't,
Mm.
and I immediately agreed because I understood the style, the art style is not one that will like give you the same feelings when you watch it animated. There's
Yes.
certain things that just don't translate well. Like it could be adapted,
Mm.
but it will always feel different. And it's unfortunate, but yeah.
Some things just do not, especially the feel and what you're experiencing while you're looking. I guess it's like one of those things where people say like you look at art and the feeling that you get can't be replicated in any form.
Hmm.
I guess, and that's kind of that's what I'm getting from you when you talk about how the art and the blacks and blue lock and just how the styling and stuff
Hmm. Hmm.
looks. It probably won't be replicated 100%, because sometimes you need like a super a 3 star team to get this stuff perfectly.
Yeah, I still think though that it's going to be an S class anime.
Okay.
Just I will it will be a different feeling, but I will still enjoy it
Yes.
immensely.
Yes.
You get what I'm
I
saying?
got you.
It's just yeah, it'll be like a different variation of Blue Lock.
Mm.
But I know or I hope rather that I will still be able to enjoy it.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think it's going to be great. And I think that's all we have to say about for the next season coming up, yeah?
Yeah. The next season is one to look forward to.
It is. There's a lot of interesting bangers on it, as the kids would say.
Is that what the kids say?
I don't know, dude. I'm sorry. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed and see you guys in the next one.